Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Growing Clip Bonsai for Seniors. Today, my name is Tom Novak, and today is March 17th of 2023. It's Friday. It's 34 degrees Fahrenheit or 1 degree Celsius. It's about 6:15. No, it's 7:15 in the morning. Forgot to turn that clock forward. We're going to tackle my Archnemeses Myrtle Communist. I'll show you some rose cuttings that I started to stick in the ground, well, to root. And I want to wish you all a happy St. Patrick's Day. Today is St. Patrick's Day. For all you Patricks out there, happy St. Patrick's Day. And the old Irish blessing we're going to give you today is, may the road rise up to meet you. May the wind always be at your back. May the sun shine upon your face. The rains fall soft upon your fields, and until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. That's the old Irish blessing. And my Nigel date palm has our shamrocks, our clovers. Look at that. Look how nice it's growing. So I thought I'd show you that. And then we got our pipe. And then today, I know it's supposed to be dance night, but I like to watch on St. Patrick's Day that old movie, The Quiet Man, with John Wayne, Maureen O'Hara, and Barry Fitzgerald. That's a classic. You have to watch it. That's one of the best movies in the world. Best movies for St. Patrick's Day. Okay, here's my rose cuttings that I took. I was taking from my David Austin rose. And you can see with all this cold weather, it's still starting to sprout. So roses are hardy. So what I'm doing is I'm just sticking. And remember, the brain. This is the brain. It either tells it to grow a stem or it tells it to grow a root. So I'm going to cut it flat. And when you're outside and you're taking cuttings, always give it an angle on the top. Because when you do a whole bunch of cuttings and I'm going to just take that little stem off and then just push it into the soil. Let's put it there. When you take that way there with the curve up, let me cut another one so you could see. That way there you know what's top and what's bottom. So I'm just going to stick these couple in. I'm just using some old soil. And then I'll just hit them with lipstick a little bit later. Just peel off the growth that's starting. Stick it in. Take that piece off. Cut it. And we'll stick it just like that. But today we're not tackling rose cuttings. I'll water these a little bit after I get done with the video, because we've got to tackle our Archnemeses, the myrtle. There it is. Let's see if you can see it. And that I got from Ted's greenhouse, but I don't know, for the winter time it gets pukey on me. You can see it's all dry. But oh, the smell. But we're going to start pruning it back. I'm just using my ironwood tools. You're saying, Tom, it's dead? Well, let's check. Because I think it's just dormant. And as you can see when I cut it, there's the wearing of the green, as they say for St. Patty's Day. So let's take that on the side. We're just going to cut it for now, just so I can see what we're doing here. Give it a haircut. And then you can see how the trunk is. So all we're going to do is cut off some of these inward branches here. Take that one out of the way. We want to clear up the inside. See, it's growing towards the inside. right there. And I'm just going to take them off. Just be ruthless with it. Just give it a little trim, get all the insides off so we can show off some of the trunk. Take this piece off. Yeah, I gotta clean it. So you're gonna see this one's crossing into here. This branch is crossing in. So let's get our little scissors out over here. And we're just gonna, you got one coming up. Yep, we gotta cut it. I think we're just gonna cut this one off right there. Can we root it? I don't know. I have no idea. We might not. Because it is in a dormant state. You can see the branches growing in, so I'm just gonna snip them out. This one is coming in, so we're gonna snip that. That, just like that. Now it may bad back bud, we'll see. But for now, let's take this one from growing in, so we want to keep this open in here. Just cut that back because we want this to bush out when it starts to grow. This one's crossing into, this branch is going to cross into here, so we're just going to cut it back to here. Get my ironwood here. If you really want to see if they're alive, just all you do is take your shears and just go across. Now this piece of the branch is dead, so it's a good thing we did that. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to cut it back down to the bare bone. That one is green. Cut it back. Cut this back to here, above a bud. And this branch, big cut. It's good, it's green. So we know that this tree is still living, but we cut it back drastically. Using my ironwood tools and my other scissors. So, I know I gotta sweep everything up. Time you're all discombobulated. But my videos run short. Okay, so that's my fancy root rake. An old steak knife or an old, you know, how they flip steaks on the grill. That's older than I wouldn't even hesitate to guess. Was my ma's. So I'm not going to do any underwater root raking because the soil's nice and pliable now. Because I'm always in your way, let's see if we can get this down to here so you can see what I'm doing. And these forks, I'm going to do a left-handed. Let's see if I can do a lefty. They're good to take all the soil off. Are the roots alive in here? I have no idea. Yeah, they're still there. But we're going to use a 50-50 mix of perlite and fluorite, and then we're going to add a Miko's root pack. Now you're saying, Tom, how come you always add the beneficial bacteria in there when you're doing your bonsai trees? Because, okay, let me get this out of the way. Because it gives your roots a nice start to get growing again. And you're going to say, well, when you do your other plants, you still got the beneficial bacteria on there. Well, not really. If you put the plant into the soil without raking the roots, you're good. But when you rake the roots, you take off that beneficial bacteria. And I know you're going to get nutrients and stuff when you fertilizer, but I use organic fertilizers. I don't go with the chemical fertilizers. Okay, we're just rinsing our roots off here. And you can see the plug on there, it's still on. So, we'll have to do this left-handed. We'll just inch it off. Over there you can see, because I've seen one of my videos that when I do it right-handed, you don't see what I'm doing. So let's really get that off. Really get that off. And you can see the root system on here. And with those cubes, you just have to carefully get everything out. Now fluorite's good. I know you can use the turfus and all the other fancy soils, but for me I use that. Or you can use, if you can't get that, well, we get that at the fish stores, the fluorite. There. Now this root system, we can see the branch, the trunk's forming here. So all we're going to do, oh, it smells good. So it's not, nothing's rotting and nothing's growing yet. So that's good. Yes, Tom brought his paper towels today. Can't forget that. I got a big fat trunk here, or not a trunk, a root. But I think we can go with that root up to here. I don't want to cut nothing back heavy yet, but I'm going to have to take some of this root system out right about here. Just cut right down the center there where it's intertwined, and that way there we can spread our roots out just like that. See? Just like that. So it goes in our pot nice, and then we're going to take our fork and rake out the roots the best we can. So we get it a nice radial root base. And we're going to take some of these long roots out of the way. And we'll see if we can bring this tree around because it's still green, as you can see. There you go. And then we're going to take our lipstick and hit these before we do anything else. There. So it's got like a nice little twin trunk. So we take off all this wet soil. Let's get this out of the way so you can see. And here it is. Here's the fluorite, F-L-O-U-R-I-T-E. It's a stratum for aquariums by Seachem. Very good stuff. You can't get the mikus and anything else. This stuff works. And you're going to say, Tom, it turns to mud. No, it doesn't. It's in my fish tanks for 2 years already. It doesn't turn to mud. It's just a hard clay. So, let's get moving here. Because I know you guys want to be with your family on St. Patrick's Day. You can put on some old-time music with a cup of tea, but put on The Quiet Man. You'll enjoy that movie. That is a great movie. And I watch that with a nice cup of tea. Whoops. There we go. Got the mic back on. It fell off. Now we're going to pile it in the middle so we can get this root base in there. And looks like a horseshoe, but I don't know what's going to grow and what's not going to grow. So we're just going to, oops, before I do that, I want my root pack in there to give this tree a head start. Put it into there. A little more soil on the top to mound it up. I don't want to take some of this heavy base off, but see, it's still pliable, the root, so we can really get our root base off. I think we're gonna, I don't want to do it like that, it looks like a horseshoe. I think we're gonna do it this way as the front view, just like that. Get it in, get our soil on the top. Might have to put a rock on there to hold it in. And now we get our skewer. There we go, Tom, you're all discombobulated here. And we gotta fire it into that root system. Get all them air pockets out, fire it in, fire it in. Remember, firing that skewer, get it into the, get all them air pockets out. Do the best you can. Get it in, get it in. Fire it in. There. And well, Tom, you could have had it this way, but we can, but as a windswept look. But I don't think so. I think we're going to cut that branch off. It looks kind of pukey. There. See? Green. Will it root? I have no idea. I got nothing else to stick it in yet, but we'll try something later. I'll stick it in over here with the, for now, for the our pomegranate. So we got that in. And for a front, we can keep it that way. You can say, Tom, it's off center. Well, what are you going to do? Let's scunch him over a little bit. Or her over. Because she does flower. So plants that flower are usually called female plants. Well, that's what I do. And the males with the inconspicuous flowers are males. So, let's get Mr. Elephant here. Give it a good watering. Let everything run out. There you go, just like that. See that? Okay, Mr. Elephant, let's put you over here. And you can see this is the mix. So, looks like a desert. So what can we put on the top? There, just like that. Get it in real nice. Before we do anything else, my gunmetal lipstick by Fantasy Makers, gunmetal lipstick. You can get this online on Amazon. And look at that, better than cut paste because you don't have to stick your fingers in there and get it, your fingers and smear it on. A little dab will do you, like the old Roll Cream commercials. You never know what's there. Look at that. Gunmetal. It's 12782 Gunmetal by Fantasy Makers. Wet n Wild by Wet n Wild Lipstick. So, don't worry about that. Whatever that was fell off. Oh, that's my little hook to hold up my cord. So, where is my spoon? Hiding under the table. So all I can do is take some of my, I got 3/4 cup sand, 1/2 cup of peat moss, and 1/4 cup of worm castings. And we're going to just stick it on the top to hide up the perlite and the fluorite. You can make little batches at a time. Use old fish food containers if you got. Let's put it in. No, I ain't fancy today. Try to be. Now these plants like to be misted, especially in the winter months because it's so dry. They like the humidity around them. You can always take a tray and put it on and put some pebbles on there. You can do that. Well, I got my mister here. That's from Scott Winard. Let's Do Bonsai. And then we're just going to mist the trunk. Hopefully it'll back bud. We'll see what we can do. Get that all in there. Take your finger, rub the edge. You get your fingers dirty, so what? That's when you were a kid again. Doing what you did again, playing in the dirt. Well, now we know what better, it's soil. Dirt's what you sweep off the floor. Right? Right. And it looks a little droll. So I got a little statue here. And we'll just stick it in. Just for now. And well, let's see what it'll do, and then I'll mark on the back today's date, St. Patrick's Day, and that way they will know when we repotted it. So don't be afraid, give it a try, and don't forget, if you eat some edgel dates, save it. Look at a nice palm tree I'm starting to grow, and if the clover grows in there, you got some 3-leaf clovers. I don't see no 4-leaf on here. So we got that for St. Patrick's Day. I don't have to buy those fancy oxalis plants that they sell in the store for St. Patrick's Day, the purple and the green. So we got our own. And then don't forget to try your roses. I'm going to use my lipstick on here and hit these once they dry a little bit. And that's it. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. All these Patricks out there, Pats, happy St. Patrick's Day. Y'all take care. Have a cup of tea. Don't forget The Quiet Man with John Wayne, Maureen O'Hara, and Barry Fitzgerald. I got Barry Fitzgerald's pipe over there. I love the way he smokes that pipe in there. That is one of the best movies in the world. So if you get a chance, watch it, because I'm going to look for it on the TV and on YouTube to see if I can watch it. And if I can't find it today, I'm going to buy that DVD, because they always play The Quiet Man, and this is the day to watch it. That is cup of tea and a fabulous movie. You take care, everybody. A bit long, and don't forget the old Irish blessing. May the rose rise up before to meet you. May the wind always be at your back. May the sun shine upon your face. The rain falls soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. Take care, everybody, and have a great day.